Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. I have Jim Wilson with me. He's the West Coast Regional Manager. Hey Jim, how you doing?
We're doing well. How about you?
Doing good, adapting to quarantine, man.
That's a good way to put it. Adaptation.
Yeah, how have you been adapting?
Yeah, we've been working out of my house for over 20 years, but usually you're on the road. We call ourselves road warriors. So it's a little bit
Mm.
more, difference, dealing with different distractions. Usually I have the house to myself, and now I got to deal with sharing my workspace with my son and my wife and my 16-year-old daughter. So
Oh
it's
wow, yeah.
it's fun.
It sounds like it. Yeah, I've definitely seen more of my family than I have in the last few months.
I feel like one of those tigers from that tiger series. Just feel like I'm just in a cage, pacing,
Yeah,
released into the wild. But it's been fun. Learn some new things. So learning to be more video conferencing, more reasons to talk to the clients on the phone. You do have better access to some of the end users and the architects.
yeah.
Everybody's working out of their houses, so it's a unique time, and I think you're getting more personal conversations out of everybody out there too, which is a good
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So how's your team doing, Jim? What's the feedback from them?
Well, there's definitely some challenges, but there's a lot of communication. We created a little lifeline, we call it. So if a guy's feeling down or he's getting depressed, we either go to a Zoom call or we do a conference call and try to pick each other up. I mean, we all go
Oh,
through
I
our
like that.
yeah, we all go through our highs and lows. We're energy driven beasts out here. So fortunately, business has still been strong. So you're seeing a little bit of a slowdown, but you're just trying to stay busy and feed that pipeline.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you guys have Zoom calls and pick each other up. I think that's really important. Definitely staying in contact with people, staying in communication.
I actually like it. I mean, most of us sales guys are conversationalists to be nice. So we need
Yeah.
the contact, we need the social contact out there, and so Zoom and some of the other video conferencings are helping us with that.
That's awesome. So, Jim, our industry is really high touch. You talk to architects, you talk to general contractors, you're talking to the installers, you're talking to the end users. You have all those meetings set up. How are things changing with quarantine and not being able to have those in-person meetings?
To be frank, it sucks. Um, you talk to your DSCs, our installers on a daily basis, and you're
Hmm.
almost like a Labrador. You're waiting for somebody to give you a tennis ball and throw it so you can go chase it down because you can't go and just knock on doors and you can't go and cold call. Not that everybody loves to cold call, but we do. I do realize I miss some certain aspects of the old way of business. But you're really taking any lead you get or any contact you get, and you try to just drive it home and get to the point in the message quickly.
Yeah, yeah, and I guess meetings are becoming more concise because you have to coordinate a lot more make sure everyone has a time to Zoom or to have that call because now everything is digital.
Exactly. I'll tell you, I was on a job walk actually yesterday in a clean room, and there's only three of us. So I mean, it's really
Wow, yeah.
typically the old days you could have 5 to 10 people. I think it's kind of nice. Three people's opinion is a lot easier to manage than 10.
Yeah, yeah, that's an excellent point. So clean rooms are still open, pharmaceutical is still open and running.
Actually, yeah, that seems to be one of the markets that is just booming still. I mean, they're very sterile, clean environments to begin with, and a
Yeah.
lot of they're dealing with limited personnel at their plants right now, so they're taking advantage of this downtime and upgrading plants. We're seeing just huge changes. A lot of their manufacturing that went overseas are coming back. So I'm excited to see what's going to come at the later end of 2020.
Yeah, that's awesome. Definitely a good niche for resinous flooring, right?
Oh yeah, that's one of our core markets out west, and actually for everybody across the world. I mean, resinous systems work really, really well in those clean environments. We call them clean spaces.
Can you tell me why they work so well?
They're aseptic, so they hold up to the sterilization that they have to do in those areas. They're seamless. We have good details that make hard edges and uncleanable corners cleanable again. So it's very adaptable and works solves a lot of the problems that those types of areas create.
Sounds like an awesome fix.
And it's exciting too. It's fun. There's a lot more design involved. It's not just picking a color and texture. There's some more critical thinking involved, which makes it a little bit fun too.
Yeah, yeah, sounds like it for sure. So how are you getting the message out to pharmaceutical that Resinous is a good fit for them?
Well, unless I'm invited over to their plant, it's kind of tricky. So we've created a clean space webinar, and we're going to offer these online, and anyone can log into them and kind of learn what we've learned over our last 20 to 25 years being in this business, and have a little fun and maybe even a few laughs on this, and get the message out and teach what we can. And hopefully we learn as much from the people that come to these meetings on producing new products and producing new details for these environments, because they're constantly changing. So the more the merrier, and I invite everybody to come and join in.
Yeah, that sounds like an awesome idea, Jim. And we actually have a link for registering for our webinars on our website, and I will include that link in the description on this video. Thank you so much for joining, Jim. I really, really appreciate it. It was an awesome conversation, and hope to talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me.